Afternoon, my fellow zombies, emotionally screwed up and sleep deprived. I can't tell you what time the damn thing is because I still don't have my glasses broken. I gotta wait for next month before I can get them fixed. But according to my cell phone, it's 3:23 West Coast time p.m. It's still the 30th of December. It is Saturday, 2023, and the time is still marching forward. The Weaver, John C., Roseman, California. A diary of the griever named John Weaver, which would be me. I have a problem, guys. I come across pages that I'm still linked with talking about various mental health issues regarding women and men. And I get an an allergenic reaction when it comes down for people telling me that guys are supposed to be macho and just suck it up. And then I see the other comments from everybody else saying that, yeah, we know what the meme is talking about. I can't tell you how many times on my channel and how many logs I have said and tried to state that we men are still emotional lots here, and we're not allowed to feel because we have this social stigma on us. We're supposed to be the alpha males. We're supposed to be this. We're supposed to be. We're supposed to be. Supposed to be. And I kept trying to figure out a way on how to express this message. It's one thing when I keep doing my own private logs and I talk about them just to get my thoughts clarified. Women experience fear, they experience pain and loss, and they grieve, and sometimes they go depressional nuts. To a point where maybe they're going to be committing suicide. But how many times our guys been doing it out and trying to compete with them on that kind of suicide rate? I can't tell you the statistics, but I can tell you that when the guy starts going for a suicide at this point over here, he's really reached the bottom of whatever he can deal with, and therefore he wants the permanent solution real bad. People in combat, when they lose brothers in arms, or hear about family members, or have gone through so much trauma experience that they can't live with it. I'm not talking about recent, I'm even talking about in general, period. We've had this old adage about soldiers a long time ago in the ancient days, up to whatever kind of point we stop at, of telling us how macho these guys were and how much they were trying to deal with things. Rough and ready, dealing with colonialism or dealing with conquering left and right. I never did tell you how these guys are trying to deal with the after effects, either losing limbs or seeing so much that the psyche just decided to take a dump on them, and their subconscious decided, okay, that's it, time to kill you. Sometimes to keel over, and that's about it. It's the hardest damn topic to talk about besides having zeros and ones with the terms and conditions stating that you can't say that because it's not allowed. Well, I had to say it, but on my channel, I'm saying it because I have to. There are a lot of people out there who are hurting and suffering, not just during the holiday seasons, but 24/7, 365. Sometimes you do see it on the streets, and sometimes you don't. You won't know it in the offices. You won't know it out there in the supermarkets. They'll hide it. They'll smile about it. There's other people out there who won't. You'll see them, and then you complain about these guys because there's always something about them that you'll be complaining about. They're showing something that scares the living crap out of you. One of these here days, you're going to be ending up just like them. The screaming and yelling you're hearing about is the kids. Sometimes you think that's healthy enough. And sometimes I wonder if these little bastards are going to be rotting away behind bars because something will snap inside of them and then they go nuts. Play is supposed to be important for kids, but when they start trying to hurt people left and right, That's when I really start worrying about these guys. But the other guys I'm worrying about is when I have a group of men saying something about their own feelings and their own thoughts are driving them nuts to where they need help, they need counseling, they need therapy, they need something. And then they're told that they're not supposed to because, according to the accuser, they're worthless one way or another. They're supposed to man it up. I got no problem. I'm manning it up. Do I know what a manning up is? Yeah, I've been that way when I was a young kid. Only problem is I know how to feel to die, and it scared the shit out of me at the age of 4 years old, and something I had no control over. Open heart surgery and trying to correct the plumbing in there, and then dying 3 times and coming back to life 3 times really gives you a different perspective on life and death and everything else in between. That I had to be stigmatized. I had to wear the moleskin on my soul. I couldn't feel. I couldn't feel the loss and pain. I had to keep living. I had to keep surviving. It didn't matter how much pain and grief I was getting. I was stacking underneath that damn moleskin. It was going to hold. Not until I started losing a hell of a lot more people when I got older. It was getting looser and looser. I lose Ma, and then lose Dave. I lose a pet. And I lose a family friend. All within 10 years. Yeah, it does kind of change a person. I mean, besides losing aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, and other pets earlier on, but I didn't react as much. I didn't cry as much. I lost an aunt who was meant to me, but I cried very little on that one when we had the service, but I did cry a bit, but not much because big boys don't cry. Coming home in a plane, I was trying to hide my tears, trying to showing my grandmother and my mother how tough and strong I am. I was a weak ass kid during that time. Several months later, at a new school, I have a dream about my aunt. I came home devastated as hell because I couldn't hold it in. And I had to go to my bedroom and hide because big boys don't cry. But they do tear themselves apart. My grandmother died shortly after my aunt, and I still had to hold it in. Some of the people expected me to cry right then, and no, I had to hold it in because I'm a big boy. Big boys don't cry. Didn't matter how many cousins or aunts and uncles I lost. Didn't matter how many pets. I still cried a little bit, but I didn't cry or mourn as much. But I did mourn. I just had to keep holding in the tears and everything else because big boys don't cry out in public. Men don't cry. Didn't matter how many times I probably would have heard that people who have gone through traumatic experiences, they have PTSD. Manifest in different forms and functions. I became an emotional robot. Oh, I'll feel some of the happiness and joy with the family. But I was still mourning and grieving like crazy because eventually I'll be losing these people too. I didn't want to think about it. I never wanted to think about it. Until I was seeing Ma deteriorate in the last several years of her life, physically and then mentally. She couldn't deal with it every time she kept losing people she knew and loved. It was taking a toll on her. She tried to hold it in, but she couldn't. Eventually, it killed her. I believe that holding in back those emotions is what killed my mother. You can show the physical stuff, as in respiratory distress, but the thing is, what you're not showing is the emotional toll that the subconscious has a way of taking it out on the conscious, on the physical. How many people have we keep seeing left and right try to commit suicide by cop or by some other means? With a hell of a lot of deep-seated pain and anger. They dish it out on a hell of a lot of people, hoping to get killed in the process. Rarely would they survive, and if they did, mental incompetence. I'll bet you these guys were hurting like a son of a bitch because something in their life changed them to a point where they turned into these killers of sorts. They're going to try hurting people to make sure that they know what the pain that the other person with the gun or the weapon is feeling. Man up. Maybe in different times we would have manned up when we had to go on fighting for survival left and right. But these days, what are we fighting for? What are we trying to survive? Unless you're in a war-torn country of some sort, getting their ass kicked for some damn reason, or seeing people getting blown to hell for whatever reason. You get the anger, but you can't deal the grieving and mourning because you're not allowed, because you're on survival mode. But in the peaceful areas of other parts of the world, when they look at people that they've lost, how they're supposed to handle it. Guys are supposed to drink over the damn thing or use over the damn thing just to get past the pain. There have been a few times I've seen men in recovery halls lose it. And all they want to do is hurt others because they're feeling that much pain, that much loss, that much grief that's tearing them apart that they want something to get rid of the damn pain, even if it means ending their own life. You lose family members that mean that much to you. You'd be surprised how much pain you can endure to a point where you also decide there's no end to this suffering. Life is supposed to be short. We're supposed to live like crazy. We're supposed to learn lessons. And then after that, I don't know what the hell happens after that. That's what I've been told. Some people are living almost 100 if they're lucky. Or guys like me with medical conditions left and right and the genetics and popping up left and right. Well, it looks like I'm going to have a shorter life than usual. I'm only 57, but next year, 58 years old. There was a curse told about our male side of the bloodline that once you reach the past the age of 60, you're dead. Put it bluntly. Didn't matter how, didn't matter why. Past the age of 60, your lifespan dies out. Hell of a thing they leave to another generation is the damn curse if the actual thing was real. But my brother freaked out. He almost turned 50. Well, he did turn 50. But the day before, he almost bought it. A group of friends tried to talk some sense into him because he was going to try killing himself and he didn't care. He was so damn angry and hostile that day that going into a recovery home, actually going to a recovery meeting, he was talking to friends ultimately about it. He wouldn't talk to me, his brother, but he had talked to somebody else who's been there, trying to tell them they understood. They understood. Why couldn't I? Because I was told the stories, and I didn't believe in them. So why now? I'd seen all the adult males in my line. Once they reached 60, that was it. They say, well, you only live once. Yeah, but losing my own family at this point over here, losing Mom 10 years, and then 5 years later, my big brother. it does put a toll on me. It puts a hell of a toll on me because I'm still dealing with the feelings and coping, and I'm still in survival mode. If I'm gonna live, I've lost chances to really live it big or whatever. I've seen so many changes happening in my lifetime that I'm bewildered, bejiggered, and I'm still just trying to survive. I'm still going through college, as I said in my videos left and right. I'm doing it for my family and I'm doing it for myself. And if I happen to die before then, at least I'll be able to tell my family, hey, at least I didn't give up this time. And nobody kicked me out of school. And I struggled and I tried. I may have sought help at the last possible second. Yeah, that's me. Day late and a dollar short. But these things happen, don't they? I don't get it that guys who are going through a hell of a lot of stress or going through a lot of PTSD they think we're supposed to be indestructible. Boy, these assholes have no idea what the hell they're talking about. They don't have a clue. They don't want to have a clue. That's what got me pissed off enough to do this video. That's what really got me pissed off is I have other guys thinking, you're not tough enough. Oh, no, no, no. You're not knowing what tough is. You're looking for the physical characteristics of an Atlas, of an Olympian god, and you think that's the ultimate male. The ultimate male right now is the guy suffering day by day, struggling to get survival, struggling to keep a roof over the head, to keep his family alive, trying not to break down in tears in front of them because his feeling of losses are so damn great that he doesn't want to show anybody them tears, and he'll go to someplace else and cry. But if there are maybe a couple of guys who understand his pain, at least he'll be able to share that pain with them. And sharing, hopefully they gather strength. He gets the support necessary. A solo act, we have the stigma, we males, that we have to deal with everything else individually. I've been taught it so damn well. I've been doing that for a hell of a long while. I've been trying to kill myself physically and mentally. Got to the point of this year, I had to go seek help. I don't like dealing with therapists. I don't like dealing with the medical establishment. Never have, because I've been a I've been a pincushion of sorts, a lab rat. I've been going through a hell of a lot of emotional shit that nobody else cared to even talk to me about. I don't even get help for that. I had to work with it. I had to wear the moleskin until I'm losing people left and right, and it was killing me left and right. I'm surprised I didn't have any heart attacks or strokes along the way. I'm surprised I don't stroke out or have a heart attack right now as it is. Does it make me weak? I can try understanding another person if they're screaming for help and no one else is listening but the ones who've been through it. And I guess the only thing I'll be asking those guys is, how long has it been? When it comes time for grieving and mourning, for us people who are going through the grieving and mourning, we feel like experts in our own viewpoints. Without the academics, without the credentials, life experiences at this point. We say that we try to keep up the Hollywood facade and veneer just to show them piss ball perfect. We're not. We're human frickin' beings. We are human beings. I wear this shirt because it was at one time clean, but also it's a colorized version of the poster, or actually of the picture I have on my cabinet. A colorized version of what my family looks like. I have the version on my phone. I have it posted out there on YouTube and on Facebook. I try to show people what the hell I'm going through right now and why does it mean so damn much. You guys just don't understand, do you? Once I keep thinking that we're so damn weak because we're talking about our feelings, we're supposed to keep it up bottled inside. You guys ever understand anything about science, about how much pressure can an item stand before it blows itself up because of the pressure added in it? Only so much a mountain can stand before it has to crumble, crack, or blow itself to hell. Geology 101. Psychology 101 is we're the same way. We either blow in the pressure or we try to get a steam vent and still continue. But you just don't keep everything else bottled up inside or capped inside. There's been too many bloody examples out there, and I do mean bloody. Too much pain, too much anger, resentment, fear, loss. Too much love that's seemingly lost and not able to be expressed anymore to the ones who have already gone over. I don't have the academia to back this shit up. I got life experiences. Doesn't make me an expert except in my own little field, my own little situation. So my own little world, I'm knowledgeable of the shit I'm going through. Maybe it gives me a clue about what the other poor schmuck's going through. And yeah, I do get angry and frustrated, especially when I have people who claim they think they know everything and I don't. I'm ignorant as hell on some occasions. I know I've screwed things up left and right in my life. Too much so. So, it's been emotional, it's been rocky, it's been a roller coaster, even for today. We're coming up on the end of the year, next year will be coming up. And with everything else piled on us, we're still carrying that dead weight. I know, they say release your burden and be free. The only way I see it being free is when you're done. Even when you're following the spiritual terms, there's only so many reprieves you're going to be dealing with and surviving through, but the rest of the time is the constant struggle and the constant fight for it. You have so much love that you've lost in that one particular person or being, and no longer in this realm being with them again. And that's what hurts. That's what hurts. I wish I had the technique to get through it. Everyone else is going to be finding their own way to get through this damn shit, but I can tell you one thing. Drugs and alcohol ain't doing it. It's only putting you on a short path to saying goodbye to this world. And yeah, I've seen people do that too. Too many. Anyway, I had to do this letter for the guys out there who are going through the same damn shit. The people that you cared about in combat, the people that you cared about in life, the ones that you've given your soul to protect them. Everything and anything. And still see that loved one go. I know the pain. I know it. I'm struggling with mine on a survival day by day, minute by minute. Ain't easy. I've had emotional outbursts like crazy. I'll get a trigger. Takes a while for my brain to start formulating, and then something innocuous, and then boom, I'm on the roll. Get flooded out. I get on an emotional roller coaster, the highs, the lows, the twists and turns, and turn myself into a damn pretzel. And I get off the damn thing, or recover from the flood of emotions, and then I'm depressed as hell. I don't want to go through this shit again. I keep telling myself. Might as well kill myself because that person I cared is no longer there. I thought of it. I kept trying to tell the therapist. I guess in one way I'm still committing the white lie at this point because there had been times. But I'm also running into different people who are still feeling that, and I'm empathetic to it. I understand it. And it had been very few times that I actually did want to kill myself. And the thing is, I'm more scared of death than I am about life. I want to see my family, but I don't like the damn process. As a 4-year-old going through open heart surgery, dying 3 times and coming back to life 3 times, it ain't fun. Especially when you keep getting kicked out left and right, saying upstairs, saying it's not your time yet, John. Go home. Go back. Adults can try to figure the shit out and still be screwed up in the head, but a kid, even worse. For this one, anyway. Okay, I guess that's all my blathering for right now. Countdown until the 2024 continues on. I'll do more videos if I got any room left on my flash drives and computer.